Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The General Hospital recap for Thursday, May 29th, shows that Willow Corinthos received Michael Corinthos' breakup ultimatum, while Drew Kane stole Lila Quartermain's ring. Let's talk about how Thursday's GH excitement played out. Dante Falconeri arrived at Lulu Spencer's apartment to confront her about her investigation into his biological kid, assuming she had told Giovanni Gio Palmieri the truth. Lulu said that Gio had most likely overheard her argument with Lois Cerullo, and Dante grumbled about Lulu exacerbating the situation. Dante thought Lulu should have told him he had another child, especially since she suspected it was Gio. Lulu had blown up lives and damaged Dante's chances of reuniting with his son. Dante suspected that Lulu's petty rivalry with Brooklyn had motivated everything, but Lulu denied it and assured Dante that a romantic reunion was not her motivation either. In fact, Lulu didn't want Dante back and suggested they stick to co-parenting. Lulu didn't even require them to be friends, so Dante understood. Dante made it obvious that he would be the one to inform Rocco Falconeri about his sibling. After Dante urged Lulu to keep away from Gio, he rushed off, leaving Lulu to mourn alone. Brooklyn Quartermain apologized to Ned Quartermain for not informing him about the baby, but he understood and promised her that Gio would ultimately come around. Olivia Quartermain also spoke with Brooklyn, assuring her that she understood what it was like to be young, pregnant, and afraid. Tracy Quartermain spoke with Olivia and finally, Ned about the Gio problem. Tracy said that she recently discovered Brooklyn had a kid, but she had no idea it was Gio until tonight. Gio yelled at Emma Scorpio Drake on the footbridge because he didn't need a babysitter, but he eventually calmed down and understood he should be grateful for her help. Emma refused to leave Gio alone and wanted to accompany him wherever he went, so they made arrangements to get away from all of his family problems. Jason Morgan thanked Sasha Corbin for accompanying him to pick up Amelia Corinthos, and promised her that he would still be there for her. Michael's reappearance would not affect anything. Sasha felt a little hypocritical for assisting Michael in removing the children from Willow, when she had no intention of allowing him to raise their own child. Cody then came, shocking Sasha with news of the Gio turmoil. Cody felt awful about his role and how it all happened, but Sasha thought he was being too hard on himself. Sasha did, however, indicate that it was a useful lesson in respecting parents' decisions in tricky situations like this one. Willow pressed Michael at Carly Spencer's house to let her say goodnight to the kids, but he refused, believing they no longer belonged with their mother. Michael indicated that he would pursue full custody of the children, but Willow may still visit them if she ended her connection with Drew. Michael was only willing to bargain if Willow left Drew's residence and cut off all contact with him. Willow thought Michael was being cruel about her happiness, but he held firm on doing what was best for Amelia and Wiley Corinthos. Michael believed Willow had to choose between Drew and her children. Willow was very upset as Michael slammed the door in her face. Michael reconnected with Jason and provided updates on his conversation with Willow. Jason wondered if there was any chance for compromise, but Michael vowed that the custody battle would proceed as long as Willow was with Drew. There was also some discussion regarding Sasha being called to testify, and the paternity secret that was kept hidden. In an ideal world, Michael acknowledged that he would like to be the father of Sasha's child. Willow informed Drew in the car about Michael's refusal to allow her see the children, admitting that if Michael had his way, she might never see them again. Willow pointed out that Michael was only prepared to let her visit Wiley and Amelia if she ended things with Drew. Although Willow seemed tempted to accept Michael's ultimatum, Drew maintained she couldn't trust Michael to keep his part of the bargain. Willow agreed with Drew, stating that Michael had turned vicious and was no longer the man she knew. Willow intended to return her wedding band and engagement ring to Michael in the morning once she had removed them. Drew requested that they save Lila's ring and give it to Amelia eventually. Willow remained concerned about the custody battle, but Drew provided plenty reassurance. Drew stated that Michael wasn't completely clean, so they just needed to find out what he was hiding and use it against him. According to General Hospital spoilers, the custody situation is likely to worsen, so stay tuned. Or even realized he was my son. When Ma proposed Camilla, I was too selfish to say no, Lois acknowledged. I was terrified to send your kid out into the world. This way I could check on him and make sure he was okay. Brooklyn then made the ultimate point. Gio was not fine when Camilla died. I was an adult when that occurred. Why didn't you tell me then? Brooklyn inquired. Lois stated that she didn't want to add to Joe's confusion, and she also wanted Brooklyn to be free. If Brooklyn had known about Gio, she might not have met Chase. But Gio was my son, and your decisions deprived me of the opportunity to make my own choices for him. And now that he's an adult, I'll never get that chance again, Brooklyn cried. My kid refuses to talk to me. I can't help him with his identity dilemma because he doesn't trust me. You destroyed everything he ever believed about family and he now has no one. Gio will never talk to me again, and I do not want to talk to you again. Just then, Gloria arrived from nowhere to chastise Brooklyn. Hey, don't you ever talk to your mother like that, Gloria said. You want to have it out with someone, young lady, you have it out with me. Carly entered Curtis' office and explained Willow and Drew's legal strategy, which involved accusing a man in a burn clinic of abandoning his children. It would be very helpful if Aurora Media could remind the people that Drew Kane is a con artist, that he's not a man who uses his position in Congress to help people, that he uses it to get revenge and settle scores, Carly said. Curtis stated Carly didn't have to convince him Drew was terrible, but he couldn't help himself. I may oversee Aurora Media, but Michael is the largest shareholder. If we launch a smear campaign against Drew, he may end up appearing as the victim. I want to take Drew down as much as you do, but this ain't the way, Curtis noted. Don't worry. I'm working on something else, he explained. After Carly had left, Portia came in to talk, but Curtis was in a bad mood. He informed her that he couldn't help Carly because of what she had done, and Portia understood his aggravation. That's why I tried to stop Drew myself, but I failed, Portia remarked, startling Curtis. Portia then explained what she and Nina did. I know it was crazy to hire a sex worker to drug Drew, but Nina and I really thought it was going to work, Portia said, hoping Curtis would understand. Curtis just took it all in before suddenly realizing Drew framed Tracy. I've got an idea to neutralize Drew. We need to do something Drew cannot accomplish. We have to find Jacinda, Curtis added. In Carly's living room, Michael asked Sasha how she was feeling when the baby kicked, and she put her palm to her tummy, allowing Michael to feel his child for the first time. Michael then requested that Sasha stay with Wiley and Amelia while he was in court. Michael was concerned that Rick was aware that he was Sasha's baby daddy, but Sasha didn't understand how it was possible. During my deposition yesterday, Rick's questions were pretty plain. Sasha informed Michael that he only wanted to hear about Willow, and had no baby-related queries. Diane reminded her about seeing Drew and Willow kiss on the 4th of July last summer, and Sasha realized that if she had told Michael about the kiss when it happened, she could have prevented everything. Later, as Michael was playing with his children, Wiley informed him that Uncle Drew had warned him that Daddy would not be returning for a long time. Sasha prepared the kids for a pool, giving Carly and Michael some alone time. Michael disagreed. Drew found his way into the existing cracks in our relationship. If we were really as strong as I thought we were, there was no way he could have come between us, Michael acknowledged. I was so desperate to make her happy, I don't think I ever saw her for who she truly was, he continued. Sasha agreed. Nina summoned Ava to her office and informed her of what she had uncovered at the Brown Dog. I just got some new information that could guarantee my daughter getting full custody of her children, but I don't want to use it, Nina explained. Wait, that means that Michael and Sasha slept together, which means that Michael is probably the father of Michael's baby and not Jason, Ava stated with a laugh. This means that Michael has been hiding a pregnant mistress, which might be enough to give Willow custody. However, Nina revealed that she loved Sasha, and to expose that Michael is the father of her baby would be a big betrayal, and I don't want to hurt Sasha that way, Nina said. I have seen firsthand how much being pregnant again means to Sasha. Ava didn't think it was fair. After all, Sasha had slept with a married man, so Willow shouldn't have to bear the brunt of the criticism. Drew is to blame here. He has transformed Willow's life into a circus. That is another reason why I don't want to give Rick this ammunition, Nina mourned. Because if Willow gets full custody of her children, she'll never leave Drew. If Willow's relationship with Drew costs her children, eventually she is going to leave this man, so maybe it's just better off in the long run if she doesn't get full custody, Nina told me. Ava pointed out that Nina was in a no-win situation. After all, if Willow discovered Nina knew Michael was the father of Sasha's baby and did nothing, she would be furious. As your friend, the only advice I can give you is to just choose the consequences you can best live with, Ava said. Rick arrived as Ava was leaving, and when Rick and Nina had a few minutes to discuss the hearing, Elizabeth was thrilled when Rick brought her some treats from Perks. They had some small talk about the nurses' ball, or what they watched of it on TV since neither of them was actually there. Laura stopped them when she strolled in without knocking, and she was astonished to see Rick. After a few awkward moments, Rick offered to get Laura some tea. While Rick was in the kitchen, Liz informed Laura that Rick had stopped by with breakfast. I wouldn't be surprised if Rick decided to stop by with dragonberry juice every time Lucky stepped out of the house, Laura whispered. The two women laughed heartily. After Rick left, Liz assured Laura that she and Rick would always be friends, but she had set some clear boundaries. Laura pointed out that Lucky saw Rick as a potential competition, and when Lucky returned home, he reminded Liz that he had not told her everything about the vehicle accident. Alexis met with Lucky and Christina in her office, and informed them that the discussion was under attorney-client confidentiality. Please start by telling me everything that happened the night Christina tried to kill Ava, Alexis stated. Christina guided her mother through the day and what had caused her to snap, telling her that she wasn't thinking properly. Alexis was shocked to hear Christina was at the scene and hoped no one had seen her. The cops did know I was there. I told Dante I saw Rick's crashed car, Christina confessed meekly to an irritated Alexis. After Lucky left, Christina asked Alexis if there was any way out of this, and Alexis suddenly had an idea. She was going to get Ava and Rick to turn on each other. When Christina was gone, Laura stopped in to tell Alexis she noticed money missing from Ace's trust fund. The struggle for the Corinthos children is about to begin, and Carly Spencer stopped by Curtis Asford's office. She informs him that she has come to request that he assist Michael Corinthos in obtaining custody of his children. Curtis understands how evil Drew Kane is, and Carly informs him that he and Willow Corinthos intend to claim that Michael abandoned his children for months. Of fact, he was healing from third-degree burns in a German clinic, not purposely neglecting his children. Carly urges Curtis to use Aurora's media to expose Drew as the con artist he truly is. Curtis wishes to do so, but his hands are bound because Drew is blackmailing his wife, Portia Robinson. Carly eventually leaves and Portia arrives just in time to tell him that she is the one who drugged Drew with ketamine and hired Jacinda, the sex worker, to help arrange what should have been a career-ending scenario. Tracy Quartermain was arrested because Drew framed her by dumping the narcotic in her car. Curtis believes that if they can find Jacinda, they may still be able to bury Drew. Sasha informs Michael that she has been called as a witness in his custody case. Sasha Corbin and Michael enjoy a moment when she feels their baby kick, and she asks if he wants to feel it as well. Michael lights up when they talk about the child that Sasha claims to want to raise alone. He tells her that he has custody court and asks Sasha if she can watch Wiley and Amelia while he is gone. She explains that she can't because Rick Lansing has called her as a witness. They discuss the possibility of being caught, but they both believe that everyone believes Jason Morgan is the father of Sasha's baby. Sasha then takes the kids while Michael talks. Gio realizes he needs to return home and face everyone. Emma Drake wakes up alone in a lodge and panics when she finds Gio Palmieri is missing. He then enters in the door with breakfast for both of them, telling her that he would never abandon her because she is the only person he trusts right now. Joe's phone is full of missed calls and texts from people he perceives to be his phony family. Gio now assumes Sonny Corinthos knew the truth, and he is attempting to piece together his feelings about everyone else. Willow asks Jason where Michael is bringing Wiley when she receives a call from her babysitter. Drew and Willow flee after she discovers that Jason has arrived and taken Amelia from her house. Sonny, Joss, Nina, and Carly turn up. Joss walks away, and Carly assures Nina she'll see her in court before following him out. Nina grabs Sonny and begs him to hear her out. Nina cannot believe Jason stole Amelia from her house, and she had hoped Michael's return would calm things down. She asks Sonny if he can't convince Michael that a compromise is best. Sonny reminds her that no one wants a war, but until Willow gets away from Drew, this is what will happen. He wants her to show Willow that Drew is not a decent guy. He has damaged her life, ruined her marriage, and now she is about to lose her children. He hopes Drew is worth it and walks away. Reunited. Michael returns to Carly's, where Sasha and Amelia are on the sofa. Michael hugs both of his children, as he has missed them so much. He puts Wiley to bed and expresses how much he loves and misses him. After Amelia is also killed, Michael returns to Sasha and considers why she does not want to raise her child as a Quartermain or Corinthos. Michael thanks her for assisting him tonight. He expresses gratitude for sending the sonograms, and assures her that he would not interfere with the baby's life, unless she changes her mind. Willow and Drew go to the PCPD and inform Mac that Jason Morgan kidnapped Amelia. Tracy learns the truth. Emma arrives at the Quartermain home and finds Gio prepared to flee, saying, "I can't stay here." Emma assures him she's going with him. Tracy storms in before they can leave, yelling about Drew framing her and arresting her. She then inquires as to what they are doing here, why they are not attending the ball, and what is wrong. Gio recalls what happened earlier that evening, and Tracy urges them to speak. Gio informs Tracy that, considering how she loves to remind him that he is not a Quartermain, the joke is on her, because he is related. Tracy is perplexed, so Gio confesses that Brooke Lynn is his mother and Dante is his father. Surprise! It's a boy. Tracy learns it was him all along. "You are my great-grandson." Gio grabs Emma's hand and attempts to leave, but Tracy urges him not to go any farther. They enter the living room, and Tracy inquires about what occurred and why he believes this. Gio claims he overheard Lois say it and wants to leave before anybody else returns home. Tracy realizes how startling and unpleasant this is, but he can't just claim he's family and walk out the door. He asks, "Why not?" She says it's because he's her family. Tracy gives him a photo of Edward and Lila, tells him who they are, and explains that everything in this house is his, and everyone who lives here is linked to him. He screams as she warns him not to push them away. Gio claims it is not her fault, but he had a family, including a mother he adored and who died. He has now discovered that everything was a lie, and that his family is made up of liars. So he's not ready to join the Q bandwagon since it's a big lie. Brooke Lynn and Dante arrive just as Gio is about to depart. Cody and Lulu realize their mistakes too late. Lulu gets home, and Cody waits for her on the porch with beers. They drink together, and she inquires about Dante's health. Cody expresses anger, confusion, and amazement. He told Dante that Brooke Lynn left camp that summer pregnant, and Gio is his son. He claims her name did not come up, but Lulu insists she will not hide her role. Cody is not sure they made the correct decision. Cody asks if Lulu told Gio the truth tonight. She did not. Lulu thinks Gio overheard her and Lois chatting about him. Cody believes addressing Lois at the ball was not a good idea. Cody admits he was so fixated on Dante that he forgot about Gio. He recognizes that his position is not the same as Joe's, as he never felt like he fit in with his family growing up. Gio grew raised with a family who adored him, yet they destroyed his family and memories. Lulu flashes back to Carly, warning her of the consequences of her interference. They talk about how hurt Gio was on stage, and their hearts break for him, Brooke Lynn and Dante. Cody points out that they were so blinded by the falsehood that they couldn't see why it was there in the first place. Many people's lives have been torn apart and will never be the same. Lulu feels that things will improve in the long run, but Cody points out that Gio grew up believing Camilla was his mother. Lulu insists that no one can take his love or memories away. Cody just hopes Gio isn't out there alone. Lulu admits that, despite her flaws, Brooke Lynn is a caring person who will make a fine mother. Gio thought he was an orphan, but now he has an entire family that will adopt him, just as the Scorpios did Cody. Cody believes it won't help Gio if he can't trust his family, and he's not sure how someone can recover from such a major deception. Lulu thinks things look dismal now, but everyone will help Gio cope with his new reality. They agree to do anything they can to help, but Cody urges she stay quiet for a bit. Cody decides to walk home since he believes the fresh air would be beneficial. Trina and Kai return to her apartment, and she says she enjoyed having him in the crowd tonight. He compliments her on her great voice. Nevertheless, everything about her is beautiful. They kiss. They sit down, sip champagne, and reflect on their relationship's hard beginning, and how far they've come. She starts unbuttoning his shirt, and he wonders what if Joss comes home. She says Joss is spending the night at her mother's. He asks if she is certain she wants to do this and they can wait. She is confident, so they go to her bedroom to make love. They cuddle, and he inquires as to what she is thinking. She mentions art class and he laughs. She admits she didn't want him as a partner, but she's glad she had him since he's the best thing that has happened to her in a long time. He feels the same way. On the next General Hospital, Dante confronts Brooklyn, asking if she would have told him if her hand had not been forced. Gio asks, "What's your excuse?" Olivia lashes out at Lois, who adds, "You can't say that until you're in the same situation." Nina confides in Maxie, saying this will change everything before the custody hearing. Drew urges Willow not to do this while in his car. She says she must try. Carly inquires, "How did you know to come home?" According to General Hospital teasers, Sonny Corinthos may be Lois Cerullo's last backer in Port Charles following the revelation of Gio Palmieri's parentage. Could friendship grow into something more now that Sonny and Lois are older and presumably wiser? Will sparks kindle between Sonny and Lois after so many years? Sonny Corinthos and Lois Cerullo have always been close. Sonny and Lois grew up together in Bensonhurst. Sonny was always welcome in the Cerullo home. Lois and Sonny have always been protective of each other, but they have never had a romantic relationship. Lois was too close to Sonny's ex, Brenda Barrett, to pursue anything romantic with him. Lois, on the other hand, requires immediate assistance. Sonny and Lois are always there for one another, and even though Lois has lied to him about his grandchild for years, she ensured that Sonny knew Gio. General Hospital spoilers for the next 2 weeks, May 27th to June 6th, predict that there will be some courtroom drama, potentially jeopardizing Sasha Gilmore Corbin's secret. Jason Morgan and Michael Corinthos are also planning a strategy session, so here's what GH viewers can expect. As this week's episodes air from May 27th to 30th, Cody Bell would wish he had handled things differently now that Giovanni Gio Palmieri's true parentage has been revealed. Lulu Spencer will feel the same way, especially after Dante Falconeri lashes out and makes her cry with his cruel comments. Lois Cerullo will undoubtedly face consequences for her intricate Gio cover-up. Brooklyn Quartermaine, Olivia Quartermaine, and many others will put Lois on full blast. Despite Tracy Quartermaine's efforts to persuade her great-grandson, Gio may insist on leaving the Quartermaine mansion after all of the drama that has ensued. Emma Scorpio Drake will be there for Gio in his moment of need, but Gio may reject Brooklyn and Dante's attempts to contact him afterward. Ned Quartermaine was unaware of Brooklyn's teenage pregnancy and subsequent adoption. That is why Ned deserves the honest, emotional talk he will have with Brooklyn soon. Nina Reeves will contact Sonny Corinthos for help convincing Michael to compromise with Willow Corinthos. Sonny may argue that now that Michael has returned from Germany, he must deal with the matter on his own. Meanwhile, Michael will return Wiley Corinthos to Carly Spencer's residence, where Amelia Corinthos will already be waiting. Willow will try to resist, but Michael will not believe the children belong with their mother anymore. Drew Kane may promise Willow that they will solve everything out, but she may be concerned about losing the kids in the upcoming custody battle. Michael's family will eventually give him a genuine welcome home, while Nina opens up to Maxie Jones about the mess that is only getting worse. Ava Jerome will also have some counsel for Nina, and we'll see if she takes it. Jason will then meet with Michael to discuss strategy, after which he will make a request to Sasha. That could include some guarantee that Sasha will continue to conceal their one-night stand and the true paternity of the baby she's carrying. It is critical if Michael intends to gain an advantage in the future court battle. While Jason will most likely continue to play Sasha's baby daddy, Curtis Ashford will have severe qualms about continuing his relationship with Portia Robinson now that she has lied again. Portia clearly wants to work things out, but can she persuade Curtis that there is still hope for their marriage? Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor will fall asleep for the first time and wake up on cloud 9. Alexis Davis will meet secretly with Christina Corinthos Davis and Lucky Spencer now that everyone is aware of Ava and Rick Lansing's blackmail attempt. While Christina, Lucky, and Alexis scheme, Elizabeth Baldwin will catch up with Laura Spencer after the nurses' ball turmoil. Michael and Willow's court date will take place between June 2nd and June 6th. It is planned for June 2nd, so all of the courtroom activity should begin then. Of course, everyone knows that juicy secrets emerge in situations like this. Could Sasha get caught up on the stand and admit that Michael is the father of her unborn child? Regardless, the judge will finally decide who Wiley and Amelia belong to. So Willow, Drew, and Michael will be waiting for updates on some important news. When Brooke Lynn and Dante return, they will be determined to form a bond with Gio. It won't be easy, but Gio should come around sooner or later. Lois will be the town's pariah as a result of her dishonesty. Will she stay to set things right or flee Port Charles? In either case, Lois faces a difficult road after alienating so many people with her secret. General Hospital spoilers indicate the next 2 weeks will be filled with even more jaw-dropping occurrences, so stay tuned. Brooke Lynn lashes out at Lois, Tracy learns Gio is family, and Michael takes Wiley and Amelia from Willow. Monday, May 27, 2025. Today on General Hospital, Cody and Lulu regret their mistakes. Emma supports Gio and Kai and Trina make love. Lois is running around the Metro Court's patio area looking for Gio when Brooke Lynn discovers her. She demands to know whether Gio is her son. Lois sobs and confirms he is. Brooke Lynn breaks down in tears, and Lois says that she and her grandma tried to do the right thing. They chose to keep Joe close to ensure he found a loving home. Lois wants her daughter to say something. Brooke Lynn claims she can't breathe, and Lois rushes to her side, holding and comforting her. They settle down, and Lois gets some water for her kid. Brooke Lynn demands to know everything. Lois recalls that Camilla was yearning to have a kid, so when she and Gloria proposed adopting Gio, she was ecstatic. They all understood they could keep Gio near and watch out for him, and Lois could tell her daughter without lying that her son had gone to a loving home. Lois claims that was the perfect solution until Camilla became ill and died. They couldn't tell her and Gio the truth because Joe's life had just gone apart. Brooke Lynn listens in disbelief as Lois claims she was doing the right thing. Dante walks out and asks, "For whom? Whose best interests are served?" Brooke Lynn apologizes to Dante. He asks, "So it's true?" She explains that she became pregnant that summer. He questions why she didn't inform him. Did she worry he'd be angry? She cries, saying she didn't know what to tell him. She was young, terrified, and completely adrift with no idea what to do. She couldn't terminate the pregnancy, so she gave up the baby and promised never to tell him. She has been dreading this expression on his face for 20 years. She maintains she had no idea the child was Gio until now. Dante asks again why she didn't tell him. Brooke Lynn describes her decision to give up the child. She was already in pain, and she felt it would be horrible to make him suffer. Dante remarks that they have a lot to talk about, but first they must find their son. Lois wants to accompany them, but Brooke Lynn says, "Like hell you will." Brooke Lynn lashes out, claiming that she thought she was in charge all these years, but she was not. She agreed to a closed adoption, but her mother altered the plan. She should have informed her. She did something unforgivable. There is no excuse for this, and she lied to everyone. She lied to her daughter for 22 years, Gio throughout his entire childhood, Dante, Olivia, Dad, and Tracy among others. Lois wishes she could go back in time and do things differently, but Brooke Lynn says that doesn't matter. Brooke Lynn runs out, telling her mother to leave her and her boy alone. Dante follows her, and Lois breaks down in tears. Michael reunites with his children. Outside the ballroom, Michael tells Wiley how much he misses him, and Wiley realizes he has grown a foot since last seeing him. Wiley inquires whether they are returning to Uncle Drew's, but Michael responds that they are having an overnight at Grandma Carly's. Wiley cheers. As Michael walks out with his son, Willow and Drew appear and Wiley waves, "Bye, Mommy," to Willow. Jason steps in and advises them that following Michael and Wiley is a bad idea.